the 4 pieces of my free printable cut out, and now I'm going to score all of the folds. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, that's perfectly fine. You can just fold them with your hand, and that will work. But what you want to do, and I didn't cut into, and I'm going to need to cut into the roof a little bit, so I'm glad I'm doing this online so you can see what I am talking about. But see where this comes over here? If we were to fold this, we're going to lose that roof right there. So what I want to do is go in and cut right into that area right there. So I'm cutting that little circular area around the roof. And I'm going to do that on all 4 of them. Now, if you're doing this with little ones, you may have to go in and do some of the detail cutting for them. A lot of the straight lines are pretty easy cuts for them. And in fact, some of the pieces that are the tabs, it doesn't really matter how perfect they are at those. And this one is perfectly fine. I'm just cleaning up a little piece of white that I have there. And so I'm on my last one here. And if you are a paper crafter and you have a brown ink pad with a little blending brush or a finger dauber, you can even go around your edges and take them a little bit. And that also kind of hides some of our imperfections when we're cutting. So now I have this done. I'm going to go in and line up my scores. And did I miss this one? I think I missed this one. Okay. There we go. So I'm just going to line up on the score lines here and go in and start to score. You want to score on those dark brown lines, but do not score up into the roof. Okay, so that's all that needs to be scored on this piece. Just like that, and it'll fold up and into a square, like so. And then we have 2 roof pieces here. And since this is the piece that will be exposed, I'm going to use that to square up and then score from there. And get this last one. Keep sliding off my scoreboard. I'm not sure why. I think I'm a little crooked maybe. But then we just need to fold those. And you can see here, if you don't have a scoring tool, you can easily just go in with your fingers and kind of guide it to where you want that fold to happen. So either way, doing it by hand just takes a little bit longer time, but it works perfectly well. And then we have the chimney. And so once again, we have these little tabs that fold down, and I'm just going to do this by hand to show you that those fold down along the bottom, and this one on the side. And then we're going to fold on its 3 straight lines here. All right, so now it's time to put it all together, and we can decide what kind of adhesive we want to use. Do you want to use a wet glue? Do you want to use double stick tape? Entirely up to you how you want to make this work, and you can always add decoration to it. All right, I have my pieces cut and scored, and so now it is time to put them together. So I'm just going to fold up the house into a box shape, and then we just need some glue, double stick tape, glue stick, whatever works for you on this tab. And then you're going to line that edge up right with the front of the house and hold it there for a second. And then that is the base of our structure. Now, on the roof, there's 3 folds and one edge that doesn't get a fold, and that is the bottom of the roof. And the top of the roof, there's tabs on each of these. This tab, they glue together, but if you wanted to cut one off and then just glue the one hinge or tab to the other roof, that's fine too. I've designed it so that these 2 pieces actually glue together like so, and then fold for the center. But like I said, it'll work. Just cut this one off, and then let's say that wasn't there. You take this one and glue it to that piece, and it will fold on the fold, and you're good to go. So I think that's what I'm going to do, just to show you the difference. Here, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right along that kind of black edge there. And then I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to glue right along that top edge, and then take this one, and both sides facing up, I am just going to place that and align them right on top of each other, like so. You wipe away excess glue if you have any, and give it a second, and then once it's done, you can fold it. Make sure your bottoms are somewhat lined up. All right, and that piece becomes our roof. All right, and we'll glue that in place in just a minute. So let's take our chimney. Now, we've scored down the sides, and we've got 2 tabs. So the one tab is to build the chimney as a box, like so. All right, so very much similar to the house shape. Just a little glue right here. Line up the design. And we've got that done, all right? And then this will be held in place on top of our house by this one little flap right here, all right? But we have to get our roof on first. So I'm going to glue one side of the roof tabs. These will be the front. And then I'm going to bring it to my house and line that up inside the roof area. Try to center, oh goodness, my back piece is getting in the way. Center it on the point in the front, and then glue down each side. Now, working with glue stick or wet glue, goodness, I'm having a little trouble here. You're going to have some flexibility in time to get it in place, and that's kind of what I'm messing with right now, is getting the roof to line up correctly. And I may need to go in and add more glue since I've been messing around with it, but I think I'm close here. There, I'm just trying to get it in place so that it's not sticking out above our front design. All right, and I do want it to hang over on the sides. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. I may need to go in and fix some of that. All right, so this then, same thing. It's probably a little bit easier to do this side now that we've got the other one in place. I'm going to add my glue and bring my roof down and line up at that point, and then pull the sides out so that they are lined up with the back of the house and that they don't overstick the point at the, this top edge here of the house. And so there you can see that how the sides hang down over the sides of the house. Now, anything that you want to color, change the look of it, you want to clean up any edges, of course you can go over that with a colored pencil, with a marker. You could do some ink blending on here, depends on how detailed you want to be. And then the chimney goes on just like so. All right, and you can choose where you want to place it. I'm gonna just put the glue right on that flap, and I like it on this side of my house, somewhat centered, and I only have one flap to glue in place, so I want to get that in place. And I can even use a tool if I can't get my finger in there. But that is how the roof sits. And you can see that the angle's off just a little bit here at the bottom. I may have to change that ever so slightly. Let's see, how much more should we cut off there? I'm going to take this off and just kind of test it and see. Can I take, let's go half the distance here. And see how that sits. Any better? And it looks like we're going to have to go all the way to the point. So I will fix this design in the printout before you get it. There we go. All right. Yep. That is going to fix it. All right, so I just need to put more glue here because I tore it off of my house. I need to put it back in the same position. Hold it there for a few seconds, and that should stay in place. And there is our gingerbread house. Now, if you wanted to, you could go in and add more decoration. You could add gems if you want to put a little gem on the door handle so that it looks like it will open. If you want to cut it so that it will open, you could do that. You could cut out the windows and put film behind them. You can put, a little battery-operated tea light inside, and then it would glow through your windows that you cut open. If you wanted to do some, dimension on here, you know what? I actually glued my roof together wrong. See the design pattern here? It's designed correctly. I just grabbed the wrong side to glue to. But anyway, that's, neither here nor there. It's going to look right on yours. And then the other thing you could do is make a fire in the chimney. And so if you wanted to have some smoke come out, you could use some cotton and have it come out. Or what about some tissue paper coming out? I have a little bit of a baby wipe here. Let's see, I'm just going to cut it down because I don't need the whole thing. But if you wanted to do a little, smoke coming out of the roof, like so. This is drastic, but to show you what it would look like, I could, let me just do this. I'm just going to cut kind of a little crooked amount here. And I might need to do a couple of these, but let's do it this way. So if you wanted to do something like that and glue it in place, you can see that starts to look like smoke coming out. All right. If you wanted to, you could go in with a marker and color the inside of the chimney so it's not the white shape that's there. I'm just going to cut another little piece of smoke to come out here. And I'm just roughly cutting these down. Kind of sharp angles, actually. But, yeah, I mean, if I glued these in place, you can see what that looks like to have a little smoke coming out of the chimney, right? There we go. That looks good. I hope that's showing up in the video. There we go. All right. So there is our gingerbread house. Hope you enjoyed the free printable and learning how to put it together. And if you do put it together, I would love to see a sample of yours. And I think now that I've done this, I was thinking, it would be fun if I went back into my file and also made a black and white one so that you could then color it. So your kids could color it, you could put it together, and what a fun holiday craft for them to do. My smoke is coming out of the bottom of my chimney. I think that would be a fun little project to do while they're home from school on the holiday break. So there we go, our little gingerbread house with a chimney.